Good morning. My name is Tammy, and I'm a Christian deliverance minister. As we count down to the election of on November 8th for United States President, I am bringing a regular word from the Lord from our time in prayer, from the Scriptures, and about an issue relating to the election. Today, I want to talk about the need for our nation to seek God. This is paramount. God is all-powerful, and He can allow us to be taken in captivity, as He often did throughout the Bible when the people turned away from God, or He can deliver us from captivity. And so I want to read some scriptures. I've got several of them here, so I'm going to go fairly quick. I'm going to start in Genesis 18. This is the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. And I encourage you to go there and read it yourself, but I'm going to give you, starting in verse 17 and following. Then the Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham what I'm about to do? Abraham will surely become a great and powerful nation, and all the nations on earth will be blessed through him. For I have chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised." Then the Lord said, "The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and their sin so grievous, that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know." The men turned away and went toward Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. Then Abraham approached him and said, "Will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really sweep it away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked alike. Far be it from you. Will not the judge of all the earth do right? The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake." I want to read that verse again. The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake. Then Abraham spoke up again, "Now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, though I am nothing but dust and ashes, what if the number of the righteous is 5 less than 50? Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5 people? If I find 45 there," he said, "I will not destroy it." Once again he spoke to him, "What if only 40 are found there?" He said, "For the sake of 40, I will not do it." Then he said, "May the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. What if only 30 can be found there?" He answered, "I will not do it if I find 30 there." Abraham said, "Now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, what if only 20 can be found there?" He said, "For the sake of 20, I will not destroy it." Then he said, "May the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once more. What if only 10 can be found there?" He answered, "For the sake of 10, I will not destroy it." When the Lord had finished speaking with Abraham, he left, and Abraham returned home. Now we know that there were not 10 righteous men found in the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, and God did destroy it. He did remove Lot, Abraham's nephew, and his family. For Abraham, okay? Now I want to read out of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7. And I'm going to start in verse 13. There's a familiar passage here, but I want you to hear this part at the beginning. "When I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command locusts to devour the land, or send a plague among my people, if my people, who are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and will heal their land." Now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to the prayers. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I just clicked on the wrong spot anyway. "If my people, who are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face." Okay, we got called by my name, humble themselves and pray, seek my face. Okay, I want to tell you what seek my face is. I'm training my little puppy right now, and every time that he wants to he wants to please me, but when he wants to see what it is that I'm wanting, I notice that he watches intently my every move. Maybe he doesn't understand the words I'm saying, but he is watching my gestures. He's watching my facial expressions. He's looking me right in the eyes. So this is what God is wanting. He's wanting you to seek his face, okay? And again, and turn from their wicked ways. Then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and will heal their land, okay? We are standing at a threshold of either being taken into captivity or being delivered by God. And we as Christians have got to get out there and vote for Donald Trump. But more than that, we cannot be silent. We must speak up about what is God's will. And that means that we have to know God's will, and we have to go sit at his feet and listen to him and intentionally want his will. So I'm going to read something out of Matthew 6. I'm sorry this one's a little longer today. And when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him. This then is how you should pray. Now listen to this. Our Father in heaven. Okay, we're identifying that we're praying to our Father in heaven. Hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as is in heaven. So here's how it starts. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom. Okay, not our kingdom. Not, Lord, this is what you got to do for me today. This is how we've been praying in this nation, and it's got to be very aggravating to God. God, you need to do this, this, and this. My finances need repair. I need you to help me win that lottery. And oh, by the way, I got a friend that's sick. Go take care of them. That's not how we're supposed to pray. We're supposed to seek God's face. We're supposed to want his will. What is his will for this nation? What is his will for you? He's going to see if you are really intentionally putting your heart to knowing God. And you have about 20-something days, 22, 23 days, to get this right with God. Because if this election happens and Donald Trump is not elected, it's going to be because God allowed us to be taken into captivity. So I bring this word to you today and just ask you to get right with God, so that there are 10 righteous people in Sodom and Gomorrah. And I want to say this too. We just had Hurricane Matthew come up along the east coast of Florida, and it was being touted as a catastrophic event. And it was a Category 4, maybe even growing to a Category 5. It looked like it was going to be a direct hit right to the area that I live in. And by the grace and mercy of God, he held that hurricane off the coast, and we did not have any catastrophic damage here. We had some damage, but very little, very little. And now our people in our community that did lose a roof in the hurricane can't even get support from our local churches to help them be housed until they can get the roof fixed. This is what I'm talking about as far as God seeing us. He sees us and he disciplines us, and I promise you, he is not pleased when we don't help each other. I've given you a lot to think about. I pray blessings in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.